Hi, my name is Lila and today we are going to be making Choose Your Own Adventure chocolate chip cookies. Now these aren't your average cookies for two reasons. Number one is that these are gluten-free cookies. So if you have a gluten allergy or gluten intolerance, these cookies are for you. If you eat gluten, you're in luck because these are some pretty good cookies. So number two is that these cookies are called Choose Your Own Adventure cookies for a reason. And that is because this recipe is kind of like your guide, but then when it comes to adding the chocolate chips, you can be as creative as you want. So you can add white chocolate chips, chocolate candy, add pumpkin chocolate chips, but I'm going to be adding 1.5 cups of chocolate chips of white chocolate chips, or milk chocolate chips, and salted caramel chips. So all the ingredients and kitchen tools you will need for these cookies are a spatula, a hand mixer, and a large bowl, or you can use a stand mixer if you have one. And then 1 cup of salted butter, 3/4 cup of white sugar, 3/4 cup of packed brown sugar, 2 eggs, ideally at room temperature, a tablespoon of vanilla, or 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 3/4 teaspoon of salt, and then 2.5 cups of gluten-free measure-to-measure flour. And it's very important that your flour includes xanthan gum, and the flour I will be using is Bob's Red Mill 1-to-1 baking flour. And this flour is easy to find. It does include xanthan gum, so if you're using this flour, you're good to go. Like I said before, chocolate chips, as many or as little as you want, but I'm going to be using 1.5 cups. So the first step is to put in the butter, the sugar, and the brown sugar into a bowl and mix it until smooth. After you're done mixing your dough and it looks pretty light and fluffy, you're going to add 1 egg at a time. So once you added in the eggs, you're going to use your spatula to mix in the vanilla, the salt, the baking soda, and the baking powder. So for this next step, we are going to slowly mix in the flour by adding a little bit at a time and then carefully mixing it into the wet ingredients using the hand mixer. So once the flour has been mixed in, it's now time to add the chocolate chips. Once you have carefully mixed in the chocolate chips, you're going to take some plastic wrap, cover up the bowl, and let the dough chill for at least 30 minutes or up to overnight. While you're waiting, you can line your baking sheet with parchment paper and preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So once your dough has been chilled, you're going to take about 30 heaping spoonfuls of dough to be the 30 cookies. And now we're going to put them in the oven to bake. So to achieve this gooey and crispy cookie, you're going to want to bake them for about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on your oven. We'll then let them cool on the cookie sheet for about 10 minutes so that they're fully baked inside. That was all for these Choose Your Own Adventure chocolate chip cookies that are also gluten-free. I hope you enjoyed baking them, and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the like button if you baked and enjoyed eating these cookies. Enjoy!